Hi there. In this video, I want to explain the proposition I'm going to make in the context of real education dynamics. This is a mastermind group I want to start with the mission of solving education. I know education cannot be solved since it's not a science, it's more of an art form, but it can be improved a lot. Now, there can be many different approaches to improve education, but I'm sharing the same as Ken Robinson. Ken Robinson is one of the leading personalities in the field of education. He has the most seen TED Talk of all times, which is called Do Schools Kill Creativity? And I suggest you to watch it as soon as possible because it's also very funny to watch it. But the idea that Ken Robinson gives us is that it would all be very different, and for kids it's very different when they discover their element, when they find their element. Picture Lionel Messi, the best player, probably the best football player in the world. For me, the element is when three things combine, and it is when you enjoy what you are doing, you like what you're doing, you are passionate about that, you are good at doing that because it might not be the same, and it is demanded by society. Now, when these three things meet, you can see that you are in your element. Then, when you find your element, then society can benefit from your work and you feel fulfilled in the sense that you are giving value to society, and so your life kind of changes in a very positive way. There are many other aspects in order to feel fulfilled about life in general, but this is a very important one because it's what you dedicate most of your life to do, the activity that you mainly do to make a living. So, or to just be happy, just to do something. I mean, even if you are financially independent, you have to do something, and then you would do what you are passionate about, yeah? But meanwhile, in your process of becoming financially independent, what possibilities do you have in order to make a living? And this question is also very related to the game of elements and to what is valuable for society. And we will see that along the way of me explaining the project. So let's explore for a while the why it is so important in education. So not only for this, because we have explained it, but let's say that a kid likes to draw. Now, if we discover his element, he likes to draw, then we could tell the kid we could guide the kid to know how his idea could be valuable for society. Now he can draw a comic with conveying a message that might be valuable for people. So along doing this entrepreneurial project, he might have to do and learn many different things and skills. From drawing, different styles of drawing, so reading a lot of comics and seeing a lot of artwork from other people. So these other artists, he might start to know famous artists of the world. Now he will have to learn about language, he might have to write dialogues, and so conveying a message, so philosophy. Now he also will have to design the comic in a printable format, so new technologies, Illustrator and other applications. But also when he has the comic done, he might have to go to an editor and actually how to contact with editors and publishers and learning how this business world works, how to get in contact with people and all the social hierarchies and so on, and as well preparing a pitch to actually explain their project, so communication skills. And if they end up publishing their comic, then they might start to get some kind of income. So there we can teach financial education. So just imagine the variety of life skills that they might learn out of doing a project like this. And how many time can it take for them to finish a project? You know, kids spend a lot of time in the schools, a lot of hours, you know, and from those hours, just with some of these hours dedicated to their entrepreneurial project and their element, they can finish this project maybe in one school year. Now, if they can start to these projects when they are by age 8, let's say when they are in 4th grade, you know, from age 8 to age 16, when mandatory school finishes, we have 8 years that we could do practically one project each year. So they could actually end up with a list of actives that are giving them passive income to make them, some of them, maybe not all, but some of them might become financially independent by age 16 if we do that right and with practice. You know, when they do one entrepreneurial project, when they do the first comic, then the second project, they have a lot of knowledge to sum up. They have seen the answer of the market to their proposed product or service. You know, they have some feedback to apply. Then by age 14, they have had 6 projects, then 6 entrepreneurial projects in their bag, you know. So they can become masters of you know, how to do a project, how to bring their passion into something valuable for society. And the least important here, it's not the least important, it's very important, money, but what is most important is all the knowledge, all the life skills they are learning along the way. This is much more valuable than money, you know. And so just picture their life at age 16 with a list of actives, having discovered their passions and their skills, knowing themselves much better than practically any of us at this age. And so all this pressure that parents and society is putting on them, just we're worried for you to get a job, we want you to get a job, you know, the parents, the most important thing is for him to get a job, you know. So this would be all erased and put aside, because this would not be the main focus. Then the kid can go to, with age 16, to actually say what they want, which is not going to be a dilemma anymore, because with all this previous knowledge, they will already know what they like and what they want to keep doing. You know, probably the last project at age 16 is the one that they will keep following up because they enjoy doing that, you know. So they are totally free. It's a completely different paradigm. Now, if we speak about the best educational projects in the world, and you say if Finland has the best education in the world, yeah, this might be true related to the other education systems, but this might not be true in absolute terms, because what I'm picturing here is much more of an ideal world than what we have now. By the way, what we have now is people ending university, starting the job, actually seeing that the job has nothing to do with what they've studied, and realizing that they don't like the job, and actually feeling completely lost about what they want to do. Because they have no clue, they don't know themselves, they don't know what they are good at, they haven't practiced these essential life skills in school. So we are completely lost and losing all the best time of our lives, which is our youth, you know. So for me, it blows my mind, it makes me so sad what we have now compared to what we could have, you see. Now, having understood and having explained the why behind, why this might be so important, now let's get to the how to do it, you know. There might be many different ways of executing this idea, and I'm going to explain mine, but we have to realize that this can be changed, you know, at any time. We can change the how till we find what works, yeah? But I'm going to explain some of the ideas I have in my mind to approach how to easily discover the element of each kid.